one coming up because ZD is returning to fight against one of the rising worldwide talents. There is a lot of EU talent present at this tournament. In fact, more than most other regions, I would say. If you wanted to break down Glitch into those regions, there are only a couple people from APAC, right? You've got Gact and Jay Dizzle, and that's about it in terms of major threats from that region. You've got almost nobody from LATAM. Mexico did not send anybody in their top 10. You don't have anybody from the other countries like the DR and Sonics or Yay in those regions as well. But the region that did show up more than anybody else internationally was Europe, and Raflow is one of those main people. Let's see how the young French Palutena main does in Squad Strike. And he's a rising French star. Why wouldn't he have a Wario?
Yeah, and really quick, I genuinely support the Akatsuki drip on Raflow. It's so sick. It looks phenomenal. Now, dashing in and out, is able to find the up throw into the up air. Just, you know what, playing really, really safe right now, catching so many of ZD's jumps. I've noticed this, you know, the last time that we actually saw him on stream, ZD is a little bit jump heavy.
Yeah, ZD loves to open you up from the air, and that's probably partially the spacey in him, right? But he's going to be actually rocking with the pit on anchor, which is something that I'm very curious to see why as we go forward. But having the Wolf as a lead is phenomenal, especially going up against Wario, because you can actually match him air to air.
Yeah, now just jumping in, jumping out, going through all of this empty movement that's not committal at all, just to be able to whittle away your opponent's defensive options. Raflow had the right idea by fading back, but it's Wolf F smash, and you are not punishing the end lag of that any day of the week. Dash attacks on shield, though, that's a lot of lag, and that's going to be an up smash to the face.
Oh, and no fear from Raflow either, knowing that that forward smash would end by the time he gets in there with that shoulder tackle. So the Wolf off the table for ZD. He's onto the Fox now. His main is now in the middle, and a lot of people will say that this is the best place to put your main because you put them against the most different characters. But ZD right now taking a lot of damage from this Wario.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Right now just going so safe with all of these falling aerials and actually uniquely punishing some of Fox's typically safe moves because of how often Raflow is getting some of these parries out. But when your own bike comes back to hit you, there is not a whole lot that you can do about it. Wario's upbeat, so telegraphed, so exploitable at that point.
And now Raflow on with the Lucina as the second character and barely missing out on that edge guard. It's so interesting to see this, right? Because he's basically just giving us the all-star cast of France, right? Like Gluteny's Wario, Leon plays, not that Leon, the other Leon, plays Lucina, and then he has his own Palutena in the back. It's real fun to see that from Raflow, and right now the matchup against the Fox is a difficult one, but if he can break through this, he's looking clean for the rest of the set.
Raflow has connected more parries than I've seen in a good minute, and that is how he is finding all of these openings on ZD. When you're getting that many parries off of somebody, it's not just good reaction time, but speaking of good reaction time, Raflow going to be missing that tech there. Definitely unconventional of an option, so can't really blame them too much. But at 148,
ooh, not quite able. Again, we've been talking about how if you go for those kills across Pokemon Stadium 2, you're not going to find them. You're going to get more survivability. But off the top, you don't have to deal with that because it is consistent across the stage. So we are on to the Kid Icarus match, Pit versus Palutena.
And I'm going to be honest, this is not a good matchup for Pit in the slightest. You are quite literally fighting a goddess right about now, right?
The one who controls your power of flight, by the way.
The one who straight up has better buttons than you. So let's be honest, your ability to actually initiate and get out of this advantage in combo, like Palutena, it's going to be a little bit limited. So how does ZD play despite that? How does ZD play this matchup and actually get out of this advantage?
Certainly he should have some experience under his belt with Palutena being top 5 in that character relevancy, but we haven't seen too much work come in from the Pit yet, and we won't see too much of it here in the game 1 either. I know that this is a very threatening character of ZD's, but some might say that he has too much of an honest character syndrome.
It was all about that jab. I just can't say how much I love this jab, because look at the point that he was at before. He was not sure, you know what, if I go for the dash grab, if I whiff this, am I going to end up getting hit for it? That is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. Instead, you can throw out something as non-committal as a jab and be like, did I connect this or did I not? At that point, dash grab would have not connected. Look at the spacing of this jab. It is just on the edge of the hitbox. That is not a point that dash grab would have been able to get it, and Fox might have been able to get away and even get a whiff punish on you. So tech chasing with jab like that was everything for Raflow. It's those really tiny, minute interactions that definitely won him that game 1.
Well, and it's the kind of thing that also tells you the kind of player that Raflow is too, because even at such a young age, you can tell how well he knows his character, especially Palutena, right?
Yep.
And even the Wario, right, looks so nice when you have such a great example to go off of that you fight, and we're even famous for defeating for basically the first time in their own home country in Gluttony, right? You can really put in some solid work, and the thing that defines Raflow for me is just how few big mistakes he makes, and even now, after the downer, not only does he get back, he almost had a reversal to his name.
Yeah, now just playing out of shield, trying to be really safe. Once again, Wario is one of those characters, although he technically has on a simple numbers basis, fast buttons out of shield, they don't necessarily always cover the most useful space, especially against somebody with as much airspeed and drift as Wolf. Almost going to be getting that back here, but slow buttons get stuffed out. And what a dash attack from ZD. He's got a lead.
Yeah, that is something that ZD does with Wolf, is just every now and then he'll touch you and then you take 70% out of nowhere. And then he'll get it confirmed and you're like, oh, wait, what happened to me?
Yeah. Lots of safe empty jumps right now. Raflow just trying to get something started, but ZD just making the most out of his airspeed. Look how ambiguous he is. Look how difficult to actually hit he is until he overcommits to a dash attack.
Oh, but great right there. The short hop just to bait out an option from Raflow on the platform and then come right back up with the up air to cover. We've seen a lot of this kind of panic up B out of shield whenever ZD gets close. We've seen Raflow flinch and now taking a couple of big hits as well. ZD 3-stock to 1 lead.
Yeah, that's the momentum of Wolf. As soon as you get a couple of tech chases going, you just need a couple of guesses and you're like, hey, where did my stock go? And the answer is away.
What happened?
What happened?
What happened? Well, I can tell you what happened in this game. ZD's Wolf has awoken 73% on the Palutena. Wolf might be the only character that he needs in this game the way that he's playing, and one catch on this recovery could mean the game for ZD.
Yeah, another back throw for a bit of stage control. Really good laser because that was able to force out the air dodge. I like the high recovery attempt, but ZD never fast fell, put himself in a position where he can make it back on. That neutral air is so committal, and he ends up dying for it. If you're going to go out there, you got to A, throw out an untechable, B, be confident your opponent doesn't know how to tech, or C, send them off stage. You miss those 3 points, and your opponent gets back on before you and ends up hitting you. But that back air from ZD, despite all of that, is still going to be able to close it out, even if Raflow is able to get that Wolf out of the way.
Yeah, a 2-stock for him, and it was largely by the hands of the Wolf. And even then, right, you're talking about how, yeah, you do really want to send your opponent off stage with that nair from Wolf, right? You don't want to send them into it. But even if that, right, you want to be able to 3 stocks to 1 lead, at least create the opportunity where maybe Raflow doesn't tech.
It was at this point that ZD reacted to the neutral air. Palutena does not give you a lot of openings, but I think the best rule to apply and the mentality to apply to Palutena is what comes up must come down. If she presses neutral air forward or back here when she short hops, she does not have enough time to do anything else but land with that button because of either how active they are or how much end lag they do have. So ZD saw the neutral air come out, was like, okay, best case scenario, I end up hitting you for this if I time it correctly. Worst case scenario, I hit your shield.
And ZD going to be trying to carry that momentum here into Game 3. This is the last chunk of best of 3s that we're going to be having, by the way, because best of 5 starts at top 6. So the one to take this game wins, and ZD is leading off with the Roy. Or maybe this is a best of 5, actually. I could be mistaken. But either way, ZD is leading off with the Roy. It is a best of 3. Just got confirmation, by the way. And you might not know it, but ZD did put the Roy in the roster in that last game. It just never came out. But this is the first time that we will get to see the Roy come out and play against Raflow.
And honestly, this is a much better pick than going through pit because we saw that pit get absolutely opened up. Now just spacing his aerials so safely. Jab is unsafe on shield, down tilt isn't. That's the button that you really want to abuse in this kind of a matchup. But now, oh, misses the edge guard. This is huge.
That was really good by ZD to recognize that Raflow was going deep and just immediately full sent towards the ledge, try to get behind the Wario, because at that point, he can't hit you with anything without committing to something that will kill him.
Yeah, nice late hit for you, but at the end of the day, you know, you didn't fast fall in time. You need to get the last possible hit of it to actually confirm it into something. ZD, no jabs into berries this time around. You need to do a dash instant turnaround, full hop back to be able to connect it. That time around, he just turned around. So, finally finds the up air. That was a mouthful of words. And just going to be going on to Lucina.
Well, you know what? It requires a mouthful of words to try to keep up with what Roy is doing at any given point, because he can throw out so many buttons safely.
Whew.
And of course, once you connect your combos, it's not a different story at all. 53%, and ZD still looking to do more with this Roy juggle game afoot.
Lucina's cool, calm, and collected. Roy is explosive, fast, and aggressive. ZD is making the most out of that, packing on so much damage. Raflow needs to find a way to be able to get this kill, and F-tilt is the move of choice. Because, hey, if it's Lucina and you hit somebody's shield, guess what happens? You can press a button again. You whiff something, you can press a button again if you have the right position to do so. Guess what Raflow had? The correct position. And you know what? Now he's starting to smother ZD.
Lucina is such a simple character that it's all about positioning, and Raflow's positioning with the Lucina so good, but right there, ZD catching him in a bad position, and it leads him to losing the stock. Great confirmed by Raflow as well out of the down throw, catching the DI in. We go to the last stock of this set.
And that's going to be the neutral air into a neutral air. Fox being so light definitely allows you to go for another one. This is such a nasty position to be in. Misses the spike, but look at the situation that ZD finds himself in. Missing it again. And you know what? Raflow can definitely commit to those because you Palutena off stage. Fox is not edge guarded you. Fox cannot spike. He will not kill you.
It's going to take a monumental comeback from ZD to do it, but there is nothing mounting Raflow 0 to death against the Fox to close it out and move on into losers top 6. We'll be playing in losers quarterfinals, and what a statement to make for the young French Palutena.
Yeah, that was just Raflow exploiting. So this, this F-tilt, you're definitely not going to be living against. What I thought that Raflow did so well was, at the end of the day, just exploiting how difficult it is for Fox to be able to make it out of the corner. How did you slip between that first F-tilt, huh?
Yeah, first of all, that was great stuff by ZD, being able to move in between there, but this time, Raflow forces him to jump away because you have to respect that back air. And then if you don't go all the way low, that forward tilt will be waiting for you. And obviously going all the way low is a very dangerous thing to do as Fox, especially the way that Raflow is honing in on those up Bs. So really good stuff to him. You're up eating good right now, and I know that you guys, it's late over there, but hopefully you're still awake to cheer your countrymen on, because you're still in this bracket.
Raflow, I just think he played so well. His ideas just to go for a lot of option coverage and just really exploiting and knowing when you can alternate the balance between risk versus reward. He saw Fox off stage and it was like, hey, I can go out there with a down, even if I'd only have a double jump and an up B left, right? Because Fox will not be able to spike you. That's a shine spike. Congratulations, you are still within range to be able to up B once again. And no, Fox really has